Hey everybody, Southside here. Kind of under the weather, I'm sorry, but I'm here to announce that, yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to cancel coverage of BPL for tomorrow due to a sudden family emergency that I have to go overseas for. I, I was planning to just cover it norm. I was already planning to cover it, but stuff like this happens unfortunately, and I still don't want to stop coverage of the BPL, obviously, so we have to go to a South rundown, and this is gonna be hopefully the only one out of all the BPL coverage. But for the foreseeable future, I cannot ascertain how consistent I will be, but should be a bit better. Should be a bit better compared to the DDR BPL where I just couldn't really find some free time, a lot of traveling, a lot of like schoolwork. So yeah, I will go now to week four, I believe. Yes, it's week four of the BPL. And all right, let's transition the screen. So here we are. This is gonna be week four of the 2DX Season 3 BPL. This is gonna be match 7, match 8. The Black League match will be Supernova Tohoku versus Apina Brains, and the White League match will be round 1 versus Silcat. So, you know, round 1 versus Silcat are like, one of the more famous teams in here. Supernova Tohoku came with an amazing win. Apina Brains started strong also with a good win. Round 1 unfortunately fell to the extremely strong Game Panic, and Silcat started off really well in this BPL with their with just the with just proper strategizing overall, and they managed to get a point out of the runner-ups from the past BPL, which was Team Leisureland. So this is a good start, but round one's obviously pining to take it away from them. But we're gonna start with the first match between Supernova Toku and Apina Rims. These two teams are on the winning side, so Supernova Tohoku has shown that they're a pretty fearsome team to be fighting within the section of 11s and such, because the performance of Tatsu, their ace, has basically secured them the victory against one of the favorites to win the entire team, which was Taito Station Treads, which was we kind of expected Treads to just straight up like steamroll the first match, because we knew how fearsome Rio was, but unfortunately Rio couldn't really find his mojo throughout that match, so we ended up with pretty much just this. So Supernova are up. Apina, they did change their squad considerably, but they took on, and their new might pretty much put down Team Gigo, who stuck with the same team, and now this is going to be a battle for first place in the league, because for first place in their league, because at the moment there are no teams with 2 wins. Meanwhile the W League, Game Panic has 2 wins, so hopefully it's not a draw, but I could see it being a draw though with this matchup. So we're gonna begin with the matchup then. So yes, you can see right here, the first match is gonna be Nikkei versus Kentan, 8 to 10 chords. So the Iceman of Apina Frames, Iceman of Tohokuna, he's gonna be fighting his former teammate Kentan on 8 to 10 chords. So I think everyone knows in the legend of how strong Nikkei is in the tournament setting, and Kentan has had some hiccups, but he has shown that he still can play toe to toe with other players in the BPL. I wonder if I am wondering though if Kentan could do his magic and still at least take a point off of Nikkei, because Nikkei has shown to be quite the giant killer. Like, he was basically easily the most consistent player of Reims, and in his first match he didn't do as well when he fought against Hajishaku, where they both tied, though both of them are good in their own right. Though I still could see this going into Nikkei's favor, 8 to 10 chord, because super consistent. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kentan manages to take a point off of him. But I'm kind of leading to a 2-0 here from Nikkei, so we're gonna be beginning with that. the second match is gonna be level 10 Scratch by Tatsu versus Chappie. So Chappie, newcomer to BPL, Tatsu leveled up so much that he basically took down Rio by himself. So Chappie has a really big match ahead. So Chappie has like is pretty good at timing lower level songs, and like very consistent simple scratch songs. He has like one of the, I think he has a very close, or basically just the world record for Digitank System Another, which was max minus 7, but this is level 10. So Tatsu, before he leveled up, he was considered a scratch specialist when he wasn't part of Trad. So, and he did show his medal. He took 3 points off of scratch favorite, which was Velvet, who belonged to Supernova Toku during that time. So I think it's gonna be a pretty uphill battle for Chappie, but level 10 scratch, not really too many songs. There could be something simple enough that Chappie could be very consistent in, but I still can kind of see it going to both Tatsu, but with a chance that Chappie could make it 2-2. If Chappie can make it 4-0 on his side, that would be very impressive. And the last match for the day, 11 charge, will be between the young boy of the team, the Walt of Ibaraki himself, Takwan, versus the ace striker, the ace in the second draft for Pina Braves, Willow. So Takwan didn't have a good time against KKM. It looked like he was gonna actually take a point off of KKM, but he messed up at the absolute worst time. So he ended up just dropping his opportunity. And meanwhile, this is gonna be Willow's first foray into BPL Season 3. From what we've seen in the past BPL seasons, he's definitely the kind of guy who could just straight up take away points from 11s right here. So I do think that it could go 6-0 Willow here, and with my predictions, I am kind of foreseeing a tie happening. I personally am supporting Peter Braves, so I hope Kentan and Chappie could deliver in their match, but and I hope Willow doesn't do a pre-crucial mistake. The Takwan is not an opponent to be trifled with, so I am foreseeing a draw, but I do hope that it goes Braves' way. It's still there is that chance that it could go Braves' way, just because of how Willow is in the main match, but we will see in the match itself, because we've had some pretty big surprises throughout this BPL. Ooh, what is this though? Ah, crap. Trying to see what the line is. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll figure that out later. I have to record this video very quickly. And then yes, this is gonna be the W League match. It's gonna be 8 to 11s again. It's gonna be between Supernova Toku. Round 1 versus Cellcat. So the defending champs off to a really bad start, losing to Game Panic 10-2. They didn't release Yutaka for the first match, and Game Panic took the advantage and scored quite easy points with the consistent 1-2 punch of Bakamo and Peace. So round one is opting to just start their engines now, and Silcat started very well. I didn't expect them to start that well. But now they're gonna be facing against their first roadblock, which is Team Round 1, who are in their league. And yeah, with the format, I am a bit worried, so to speak. So we will begin first. So the first match is gonna be 8 to 10 peak by Kure, and the debuting licked the Korean Prince himself, trying to go back to the top again. Kure has had some consistency problems throughout the BPL. He is a person who can deliver, but at the same time he can also choke pretty majorly. So this is gonna be something that's a bit more worrisome to consider. Meanwhile, Licht, he was the best player he was top 2, top 3 players when he was at his peak, obviously. But currently at this point in time, we are not sure how he will be playing. He has been hitting the grindstone a lot. He has been reserving the machines in his local Silkhead arcade a lot, and he's been practicing there. Though I still do wonder how will Licht fare in this because Kure, even though he does have a choking problem, he is a tenured BPL player, and he has a lot of world records on like level 10. So it's gonna be kind of difficult for Licht, but I think Licht could pick a song that he could play and possibly could take something away from Kure. So yeah, I think that's how the thing is going to be. The second match is going to be Igawa versus Kido, level 10 charge. So Igawa is one of those players who doesn't really perform particularly well in the start of the VPL, but like he took quite a bit before he kind of like started contributing quite consistently. Well, Kido, he had his small moment of winning during the Leisureland match, and since he is the self-proclaimed charge prince, he would definitely relish in the opportunity to take in the middle match against Igawa here, especially level 10 charge, where he should perform really well. His skill, I've been told by my co-host Wisely and some other people that Kido has really been practicing his heart out. So I do have kind of see him potentially 4-0ing, but I do also see a 2-2 happening because Igawa is just really good. Though the problem is just how they would perform under the lights, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. And this is gonna be the big one. 11 trend, Yutaka versus Velvet. So the undisputed MVP of last season, the best player in Japan, will take on Velvet, who in 11 trend. So 11 trend makes up a lot of charts that are in resident, charts that are released in resident. So legendarias that come up to an 11 that came out in resident also fall into this category. So I'm a bit wondering what's gonna be the meta here. I could see someone like Velvet picking Zyka, just picking Zyka now because like they're not gonna really be. I don't think Velvet's gonna be using Zyka because Velvet's quite good at gimmicky stuff. He's good at scratching. He's good at Soflan, as you saw by his victory against Ipin in the first Legendland match. But Yutaka, while he is surmised to be an undefeatable player, he's had moments of weakness, and he doesn't. And it's probably surprising for a lot of the less deep players, less deep people who follow this, but Yutaka doesn't really win that many tournaments. He actually usually falls in the semis or just the finals because he will be outplayed at like a couple of songs, but that being outplayed is enough. So I think Velvet is gonna pick something that he is quite sure that Yutaka will have trouble with, just overall just struggling. While Yutaka, I think, has kind of like the advantage here. 6-0 Yutaka is very possible, but with proper strategizing and just a good day for Velvet, I could see Yutaka losing his perfect BPL season 3 record, like right here, just with maybe, or he'll just pick Zyka and maybe Yutaka wasn't ready for it. So I do kind of still see that this might be a bit to round one side, tenured players. Meanwhile, Silkcat is kind of just not really using Seiryu just yet because would ideally want to keep the champ, would ideally want to keep the ace there, crowning density god in 12s. And yeah, I do hope Silkcat can somehow pull out this victory because that'll be a great morale boost for all the Silkcat supporters, and they do like the team. So yeah, I guess that describes this week's BPL. The hosts will, as usual, be Boricho and Exit, and the resident DJ will be Rough Sketch. I think we haven't seen who will be the live act. The live act is Rough Sketch. So if you have your BPL channel subscriptions, you can watch the live where he'll probably play the theme song, which is Red Determination, round one's theme song. So hey, maybe the theme song buff will be here. Anyways, I can probably digress, and I can probably move to the original screen. And yes, hello again, and that's it for this week. Thank you so much for continuing to watch the BPL through me and my group of co-hosts. I hope videos like this put out help you get more into BPL, help you get become more interested in it. If it did, I hope it did. Thank you so much, and I hope you continue to enjoy the BPL, be it through watching the streams or just watching through us and goofing off. So yeah, thank you again so much, and see you next week. Thank you so much.